Huh? Speed rating, right? T is the speed rating. This is a key one, right? What was 215 tells you? Huh? What was 215? Go. Come on, just speak up, guys. There's only 6 of you, man. What? The width of the tire from sidewall to sidewall, right? What's 60? Huh? The height, the percentage, right?
60%.
60% of what?
The width.
Of 215. So how high is it? 215 times 0.6. Go, put in the calculator, right now. Right? So 215 times 0.6 will give me the height of the tire. Okay, what's R? Into what? Radial. Okay, what's T? Speed rating. Okay. Okay, go. Warning light stays on. Who's correct? Huh? No. Spare tire pressure could be low. You good? So what happened was a steady light. Pressure is low, right? What happened flashing?
The sensors that damage.
Battery.
Battery.
What? What do you measure? It's putting it down here. What run out? It's either radial or lateral.
Radio.
Good job, right? Right? Now, it's either radial or lateral. So radial, doing what? What's lateral then? Does that make any sense to you? Radial, lateral. Good job. What is the distance between the rim and the top of the tire? Can we talk about? The rim. You see how they get you, right? The rim and the top of the tire. That's the top part, right? We're talking about what? Sidewall, right? So how do you find it? 205 times 0.7. This question is going to be in the ITA. But instead, they're going to say, what? They're going to get 4 answers in here. Does that make any sense? Okay. Proper tire inflation pressure is found where? Doorposts, and also the owner's manual. What's on the sidewall of the tire? Does it tell you the pressure on the sidewall of the tire? What does it tell you though? The maximum pressure that thing can hold. Does that make any sense? Yeah, right? Good. Radial tire can pull one sidewall just called radial tire pull, and it's often due to conicity. Okay? The series refer to 50 series, 60 series, 70 series, the profile of them, right? Correct? The profile is the sidewall, am I right? You heard of this thing as low profile tire? Low profile tire, high sidewall, low sidewall. Low sidewall, high profile, big sidewall. Does that make any sense? Low profile, high profile. Correct? Most sports cars have high profile, low profile. Huh? Low profile. Good job, right? Does it make sense? So you're not gonna get burned, right? A damaged meat can be repaired. So what do you think?
No.
Huh? You good? Next one. A run flat. Use a special wheel. Stand tire can be used to replace a run flat tire. Huh? You saw the packs, right? They use a special wheel, isn't it? Yeah, right? I think it showed on the Honda Odyssey, wasn't it? Right? That's on your AO, on your textbook. Symmetrical, asymmetrical. What do you mean by symmetrical? The tread from one side to the other side is all the same. Asymmetrical, what does that mean? From outside, inside, they're different. Does that make any sense? And because of that, they have an outside, inside stamp in it. Am I right? Did you ever seen it? Oh, you've seen it, right? Because you work at time, right? You've seen it, haven't you? And what else do they have different? Rotation different. Does they have an arrow there that tells you which rotation?
Yeah.
Because you guys all worked out there, right? Yeah. Okay? Some vehicle has left-handed thread, not on the driver's side. Remember those British cars? And Tech B says most passenger cars have a built-in tread wear. Do we have that? Yeah, we all have a tread wear indicator. When it gets down through there, that means you got about what, 230 seconds left? Should you replace it before that though?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tech A says the 4-bow pattern, center to center. 4-bow pattern is measured from the far edge of the stud. Who's correct? Tech A. Center to center of the stud. Does that make any sense? Bow pattern. Tech A says the load index, the maximum load. Tech B says the tire to get the maximum load. Each tire is designed to carry. It's each tire is designed to carry. Does that make any sense? So you multiply that by how many? 4 will give you the maximum load. Does that make any sense to you? The load you can carry? Right? Because that it is by the tire. Okay, what do you think? First of all, the TPMS, are the battery replaceable?
No.
Yeah. The second one, what turns the TPMS light on?
Anything under 6.
Under by how many?
By 6.
Hmm?
Wait, what's that?
By how many? Ah, that's an easy one.
5.
Okay, put down TPMS. You have to remember this, 25%. You good? Whatever the tire pressure is, if the tire pressure is below by 25%, what happens to the light?
It's gonna be.
The light comes on. But what happens if it's supposed to be, the plot car says 35 PSI, and if I've got 32, is that gonna be on? How about 31?
No.
How about 30? No. What makes it come on?
When it's below
When it's
20.
25. You good? When it's 25%. So what is it? At which PSI would it come on? That's gonna be an ITA question, right? Yeah, so when your tire plot car says 35 PSI, at what PSI would it come on? Go.
25.
Who's got a calculator? How do you find it? Go, how do you find it? 35 times what?
Right.
Point
3. Yeah.
0.75. So what do you have? What do you have? So what is it?
26.
Huh? Yeah, so 26. So at 26, the light will come on. Make any sense? How about 27? It won't. You good? How about 25? You good? You got it? Sweet. Okay, Tech A, same greater speed rating. Install the same type of tire on our wheel. Both then, right? It's always nicer to have higher speed rating. You good? Silicone lube. Tech B use motor oil. What do you think? Huh? Neither. We don't use silicone lube because that's sometimes the oil based too then, right? You good? What does oil do to the tire? It swells it. The aspect ratio. Can you write down please? The aspect ratio is the height to the width. Is the height to the width. That's what it is. You see what? The none of things then, right? Width to the height. And it's okay. He won't pass. He thinks he's gonna get 90. Unless he read, no hope in hell for him. You good? height to the width. Huh? The dot painted, DOT paint on many tires near the major spikes indicates what? The largest diameter tire. That's what a dot is. But it makes no difference, nobody follows it anyway, right? When you mount it, you don't care about it.
I do.
That's because nobody rushes you. Okay? Anybody care about it? Huh? Besides him, because, right? Get it done, get it out of there. You good? The best hard tire that's under the tread tire is called what? The belt, right? The belt is underneath. Okay, it's called a belt. 2-Tech, new set of wheels, manufactured using anti-seize compound on wheel studs. These should be retorqued after a certain distance. We know for a fact that we don't put anti-seize, we don't loop the studs. We know for a fact that a lot of places, they'll bring the customers back to retorque the wheels after so many kilometers. Does that make any sense? Okay? What's the problem with the tire that wobbles from side to side? When we talk about the radial, radial is what? Up and down, lateral is what? Side to side, so like I said before, right? So take a look where the down indicator puts it in there. Good? Grooves in the tire tread. Drain water to avoid what? Hydroplaning, right? What's the term used to describe mounting tire valve stem up with a dot? It's called match mounting. Okay, it's called match mounting. Okay? The reason why a lot of people don't put the dot, the lines up with a valve stem, is because once that thing pop, it's hard to move the tire. It takes a little bit extra time to move those tires. And because of that, a lot of people will do it. Okay? Maybe a high-end shop, or if you're not under rush. Okay? This match mounting will only affect a very, very, very small percentage of the vehicle that might have vibration. Okay, what mode is a direct pressure send when the vehicle stops? It's called sleep mode. So the advantage of the sleep mode, it conserves what? Electricity from the battery, right? How long does a TPMS battery last? 7 to 10, right? What type of valve core is used in the mounted TPMS? We know is not steel.
Nickel.
We know it's not aluminum. We know it's not brass. So the best answer is nickel plated for strength. Okay, it's nickel, so it won't react with what? Moisture, right? Having said that, they have corrosion too. Okay? Oh, by the way, that's the reason why, and because this is the reason why we use nitrogen gas now. Because nitrogen air is inert. Do not change. They call it +1, +2. Remember that one? +1, +2. But don't worry about it. This is not part of the ITA stuff for you guys. Tech A says the sensor position will be automatically relearned after driving a few miles. Tech B says the sensor position should be relearned before returning the vehicle to the customers. Both A and B is correct. Because we have different types of TPMS now. Okay, I did an Acura. Don't worry about it. Put the tires in. The moment you drive it, it automatically relearns without doing anything. Those are the nice ones, eh? What happened to my Prius? I have to stupid relearn it when I swap it to winter tires. So what's the latest trick now? I just learned it the hard way. I wish I'd known that before.
Bro, can't you like save presets?
Huh?
Can't you save-
Some car has a preset, 2-item preset, right? They have a 2-button, summer or winter, right? What if you don't? You know what I learned? I wish. You have these aftermarket sensors? What do you do, sir?
Doesn't it go on the
You clone them now.
it goes on the valve, doesn't it?
So what happened, you got these aftermarket sensor? What you do is you copy your original sensor and you go ahead and copy it to a clone one. So you have original sensor, left front A and B. Does that make any sense? You have two sets of sensor, another set's for your right rear, right front. Does that make sense? You got two sets of A and B, and you put them on a tire. Once you do it, does it matter? Do you have to relearn it now? Why not? Because you just copied it. I wish I could have done it, and it would have saved me more money. But I was so anal into using the OEM. Okay? I got the sensor a little bit too late after. But anyway, my next set, that's what I'm gonna do. You good? Okay, where are the weights placed to dynamically balance a tire? 180 degrees, diagonal opposite each other. Does that make any sense to you? If it's heavy on one side, sorry, light on one, heavy on one side, you put more weight 180 degree away, right? Make sense? What can most information about a car tire can be found? Placard, right? Does it tell you the regular size tires and also the spare two as well? Good. And in my car, it's pretty interesting. It tells you the two sizes because my Prius V, if you buy the top of the line, it's a 17-inch wheels. If it's the regular, medium to bottom line, it's 16-inch wheels. It tells you the tire pressure for both. What does it? Overinflated tire shows us where? Center, right? Which of the following is not part of that? Okay, speed rating is not part. Traction, temperature, remember the three T's? The three T's. Which of the following is a major cause of tire wear? Number one, right? Hey, what happens when temperature goes down? What happens when tire pressure? Goes down, right? Which one of the following will result from low tire pressure? Right? Excessive tire heat. Okay? When the tire pressure is too low, the tire will have a hard time, okay, going forward because you have to go through a whole bunch of resistance, road resistance, and the temperature goes up. Which of the following methods sometimes refer effectively correcting a tire with excessive wheel weight? Does that make any sense? Again, I probably only done it twice in my whole entire life. Is to dismount it and pop the bead and then move it 180 degree away. Do you know what I'm talking about? You know, when you certain tire that uses like a 2.75, wow, that's a huge weight right there. So you can play around with it, you know, pop it and then move the wheel, mark it 180 to see if it uses less weight. Does it make any sense to you? But again, not a lot of shop will allow you to have time to do it. You good? Done. Okay, tire was done. Okay, maintenance now. 69%, special kit. Okay,
Wait, is that mine?
Yeah.
don't worry about it, you're
Shit.
gifted.
Unless you got 69.
No, I'm gonna call you,
The 69 position.
who's the kid that got 69?
Shannon?
Party. Okay, on engine use, which of the following oil will provide engine with the very easiest start? You want the one that's with the smallest number, right? So what happened to small number? Smaller number, the infinity of the oil, right? You good? You're looking at this number right here. What's the W stands for? Winter. Glycol base, which you change the regular one because they what? Glycol base. Hydroscopic, right? Hydroscopic. Oil with a high viscosity has a high resistance to float. You good? So viscosity is resistance to float. Does that make any sense? Viscosity is resistance to float. What does the W prove? Your winter, good.
That was smart.
What's SAE, Society of Automotive Engineer?
Wait, what? What's the API? Yeah, it's single grade, man. That's bullshit. I don't care, man.
Okay? Right? This guy's probably an idiot.
Yeah, man.
He's gonna be fixing your car with
Yo,
it.
that guy-
Single grade oil. When's the last time you buy single grade oil? You ever worked? Do you read the stuff you put in there?
No.
Single grade.
I think.
When was the last time we used a single grade oil?
10 years ago?
Nah, it's
Any idea?
Like 70, 50 years ago, something like
Yeah, maybe on a charger or whatever like that.
that. V8, 440.
No.
Same.
The single grade oil, the only time you use single grade oil, probably on a lawnmower, that's about it. Okay? But the rest of the applications were multi-grade, right? SAE, the viscosity oil, right? Okay, NLG22 green, recommend for, we talked about, right? Number 2 is for wheel bearing, number 1 for what? General, right? Number 1 for general. Which additive keep contaminants is suspended in oil? Okay, dispersion,
Oh yeah, I knew that one.
that's bullshit too, that's wrong answer. This is stupid. This is the correct answer.
Yeah.
Which inhibitor? Anti-foam, loop, and corrosion. By the way, the reason why we replaced the coolant is not because of the ethylene glycol, man. Ethylene glycol will never evaporate. Is those stupid, these things is the one that wears out over time, and that's what kills us. You good? Antifreeze lasts forever, but it is the additives that wears out that we have to replace. Okay, voltmeter. Okay. They use the voltmeter to check what they call the galvanic activity. You good? Galvanic activity. Adding a chemical to make ethylene glycol bitter to the taste is called embitter. And obviously this is hopefully the animals won't be attracted to it, because nobody likes to drink bitter stuff.
I drink it every day.
Cooling system are pressurized to raise the boiling point of the cooler, so it won't overheat. For every pressure,
Yeah, that one's bullshit too.
maybe to your Honda, that's why I did the head gasket. I told you, right, I don't remember the Celsius, I can tell you right now, for every degrees is 3. Okay, I can tell you right now, up until now, for every pounds is 3 degrees. I can still remember up until now. Which of the following drives the water pump? Crankshaft drives everything, man.
That's bullshit. I was supposed to put impeller.
Impeller drives the water pump?
Yep.
Wait, so there are questions that can have 2 answers?
Huh? Well, but at the end of the day, the correct answer is crankshaft, because crank drives the cam.
Yeah, but like.
Drives, right? Drives. With the exception of him, he thinks the impeller drives everything.
So.
That the impeller's the one I'm gonna put down your freaking head.
So in the VCC final, will there be?
It won't have like that.
Oh, that one's bullshit too, man. That's the way I do it. I don't care, man. That's just bullshit. Fuck ITA, man.
Maybe you can hear.
Me? I want a red seal, man.
You don't have to get a red seal. You don't.
Well, I want to scam people professionally. I'm just joking, man. ITA is the best.
The purpose of the rat belt-driven thermostat fan, draw air, design airflow. The thermostat controls what? The circulation, right? Is a thermostat?
Wait, did I pass this one? Oh shit.
Okay, go.
Well, I want bullshit too. I want fucking bullshit.
Centripetal folders.
That's the way you fucking walk like a centipede.
Woo. Look how smart I am, man. Fuck.
How's it?
Can you put down cooling hole failure, please? Put down cooling hole failure. And the cooling hose, you ready? Inside out. I want you to put down the cooling hose. It fail from inside out. And number 2, The coolant hose will usually fail very, very close, okay, to where it attaches to, okay? Coolant hose will fill from the inside out, and it was very close to where the clamp is.
How do you get this one right?
Cause I'm fucking smart, man.
You don't even know how to fucking say electrochemical degradation.
I'll be honest with you, I searched that one up.
Huh?
I searched that one up. I don't know what the fuck that means too.
Hey, at least you search that. I gotta give you credit. Like I say, you guys all cheat, but make sure you learn something. Okay. Can it cause moisture to be noticed in the passenger compartment? Okay, heater core, right? So when the heater core fail, what happens to the inside of the windows?
Steam,
Steam.
moisturize, moisty.
Okay, extreme cold weather. I want you to take a look at it, right? Coolant water. So 70-30 is probably the max. What is the recommended though, guys?
50-50.
50-50, yeah.
So good.
Cross flow, cross. What's a down flow? Okay, good.
Oh, that was bullshit too.
Why is that bullshit, sir?
Cause there's two walls right there, and you know I put double walls. Bullshit.
Hmm?
Isn't it supposed to be straight through, right?
Yeah.
Right? No? That was
In
bullshit.
your car it is, cause there's no freaking muffler that's straight through. Yeah, I'm gonna poke a fucking nail fucking straight through you if you fail this one. So why is it that it goes that way? On a real car.
It's
Why?
reverse. It's reverse flow.
How the oven feel, man?
You're obviously you know what a glass pack is, then, right? Using fiberglass. You heard this guy glass pack muffler?
Oh,
Boost up the sound.
I should get one of those.
Okay.
Oh, that's bullshit too, man.
B. I'm sure you probably did a Google on this one.
No, I know that one.
Huh?
I don't. Yo, this is bullshit. This one, I'm going.
Every single one.
Dude, this one's more bullshit, man.
Okay,
That's
go.
fucking true. It's
1, 2.
3.
Okay, 3 function of the muffler is to remove moisture. Is to reduce the emission.
Wait.
Is to reduce the exhaust levels. Okay, hold on. 3. Reduce exhaust noise. I know that's right.
Oh, 3, 4, 5.
You didn't see 4 or 5?
No, I think I was blind that time.
But
Yeah.
then you told me it's bullshit.
No, this one's okay.
So whose fault was it?
My fault. It's for this
Good, at
one.
least you're being humble. Okay, which had fallen designed the word conjunction muffler. Resonator, what's resonator do? Further reduce the sound, right? What's the best to remove clamp to connect pipe? Acetylene torch. So obviously this is an old question, so now they usually want it in the induction gun now, right? Okay, you saw the induction gun I had, right? Tool. Okay, the exhaustion using command to the exhaust leaks. Smoke machine. Okay, so basically when you plug it up and you introduce smoke to it, and by having smoke along the exhaust, you can see where the leak comes out, right? Which 3 lubricant company used for lubrication in the manual transmission? Number 1, 530, yeah?
What the fuck? I swear to God, I put 126. I swear to fucking God, yo, I definitely put 126. That's just bullshit. Yo, I meant to put 1, 3, and 6. That's just bullshit. I swear to God, man. That shit stabbed me fucking hard, man. Fuck that bullshit, man.
Are you fucking laughing at Josh, eh?
No, okay.
I can tell you right now, it scares me. You put
No,
NLG12 grease in the transmission.
No.
Maybe that's why you're selling. Ooh, baby. Ooh.
No, I swear to God, I put 1, 3, and 6. Maybe it
Obviously,
lagged
your
out.
God is fucking useless. Get a fucking better God.
Now
That's just bullshit, man.
Fuck your
6,
God.
man. This is imagine I got.
Did you go through it again?
Yeah,
Hey.
I did. No, okay. I knew it was 5W30 Dextron and GL4. I swear to God, I pressed B, but that shit didn't want to press B, yo. I'm not that dumb, okay? I know you're not supposed to put grease in the transmission. Come on.
Answers don't lie.
Okay, but that's just bullshit. That lagged out. See?
Automatic.
Oh my god, man.
Okay, automatic, good. By the way, they won't have this, they will not have this questions in the exam, because I can tell you right now, when you guys get red seal, you gotta complain about this one, because the early style Honda Civic transmission, the Honda Civic, okay, automatic uses engine oil. Okay, they
And
uses
manual.
engine. You good? And the manual, you right?
Hey,
Correct. Yeah.
what's the manual?
The oil
Motor oil.
Motor oil.
Yeah, motor oil.
or beer. Or beer.
As a matter of fact, I have put transmission oil, okay, in a Chrysler Standard 2 as part of it, okay? So like these type of questions, you won't have it in it, because obviously people start coming, hey, I just did a car like that, that's the OEM requirement, right? Okay, go, what is it? Cool, hot, does that make any sense? Because we know that fluid, volume goes up. We just pick on his stuff when it gets wrong and just have to.
Oh, right there.
Where?
Right
No,
there,
no,
on
go
the top,
down.
right there.
That's bullshit, man.
What symptoms occur as the V valve, the overall length of the valve decrease?
Or it increases.
That's bullshit again? Fuck, I swear, you was fucking increased, but he was like fucking.
Now I'm joking. The bell says slow on the move.
Okay, this one here is interesting, this is automatic belt tension, it tells you whether or not it's time to replace the tension, right? The belt, does it make any sense when it's stretched? So you guys good? Okay, when he sees this, the belt stretched way past his limit, should be replaced. Okay?
Oh shit. Ha! So I got that shit right.
Oh.
Oh. Yeah,
At
at
the
the clamps,
clamps.
man. That's just bullshit. At the clamps, man. That's what's.
That's cause you just clamps the crap out of it, and your part that you fixes at the clamps, but the normal people, right, that's done it correctly, which says on the what? Inside out, near the, come on.
Okay, I'm joking. I'll take that my fault.
You had all seen these something, right?
Yeah.
I can tell you, which is the one that's not a OEM.
You.
A and C, right?
Yeah.
A lot of these are basically, the rest of the OEM items. And I can tell you, a lot of people complain about these things, right? They're a little bit pain in the ass. So, and we always replace them with A and C. Okay, now on next page. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it, because we don't have these headlights anymore, right? Seal beam, okay?
Oh, that's bullshit.
SM.
I heard bullshit.
Oh. Oh.
Put the car in rest position. Shift the car in rest position.
It's not about
You're gonna be
weapons.
rest all right, fuck. Huh? What about park,
Some way.
right? When you shut the wiper blade, see a Chrysler, he stops, what does it do? He goes an extra click, he goes where?
Down.
Underneath, why? Why do that?
So it's in park.
Well, why do we engineer so it goes to park? Number one, reduces what? Aerodynamic drag, does that make any sense? Number two, you know when the snow builds up onto it, does that make any sense? You know when the snow builds up onto it, it won't get stuck to the windshield, right?
Oh, nice.
You guys know about, you guys all done these before, right?
Yeah.
Putting wiper blades on? This is what Christmas tree clear. So you can see he's done some shop time, so I'm not gonna worry about these things.
Oh, that was bullshit. I know that one.
90 degrees for the radio. So if you're gonna limit all these bullshit questions, you'll be perfect.
I know. That's what I'm trying to do, you know?
Okay, I'm tired of both outside edges under inflation. Right?
Yeah.
Well, that's bullshit. Yeah, I need to get a picture of that.
6.
What's the answer?
6.
Huh?
57. No, 26.
Round 4, man. You moron right there, bro.
No hit. But on that day, they're gonna use different number.
Yeah.
You are a fucking moron. Right? So how do you get the number? Well, you guys weren't here because you guys were taking the time, you know,
Slack.
sashaying your way back, whatever. So how do you figure it out?
5 times.
Times what?
The
Point
7.7.
75, right? Yeah, to get the number. That's why on the day they give you a calculator.
Oh, that was bullshit, man.
No doubt, too.
Okay, what's this one? This is alright. What is it?
90.
What's it measuring?
Radio right now.
Huh?
Right now.
What type?
Radio.
What is it? Thank you. Okay, lubricant. Okay, as a matter of fact, they're gonna eliminate this now too. What are we using now? Because TPMS?
So,
Huh? What do we use? Nope. Huh? Fat. Remember that fat? The tire lube? Okay, so remember how I told you, right, we had these stupid lube in there? The reason why we don't use those lube because lube has what in there?
Oil.
Water, oil.
Did I, no, oh, so that was the silicone.
We have water in there, correct? And what does water do with TPMS? Even though we have nickel plate, all that, that's still, right? We don't wanna encourage, okay, corrosion. Oh, yeah, he's done. Oh, done, okay, so what do you get then?
Holy